Well, g'day fishers. Welcome to a long weekend fishing report. Let's look at the weather firstly. It's going to be a mixed bag, I guess. The weekend doesn't look too bad. We're looking at westerly winds most of the weekend. I think Saturday is probably going to be the worst of the westerlies. The forecast is changing due to that low pressure system that's moving to the south there of Sydney. So we're a little bit lucky we're on the northern side of it. So our weather should be a little bit better than further south. Like I said, Saturday westerly winds. So fishing wise, probably look at fishing most of the beaches and the rock areas of Port Stephens. It's actually quite nice fishing the ocean rocks and the ocean beaches. When it blows offshore, the estuary can be a little bit difficult. And fishing offshore, unless you launch your boat at Soldiers Point, run down the bay and run back up, that might be an option. Getting into Sunday looks a little bit better, and Monday it swings to the southwest. But that Sunday after lunch looks like it may drop off a little bit, so we could get out there and fish offshore. But still good fishing around Port Stephens this week. And if you're visiting, if you're a local, well, you know what it's all about, that is for sure. Now, so what's been happening? So in the estuary, Nelson Bay Breakwall, I tell you what, has been the place to be over the last week, especially with the weather. We've had lots of rain again, pushing down some dirty water, but that hasn't stopped the fishing. Heaps of reports off the breakwall at the moment. Anything from really good sized tailor, so 50 plus centimetre tailor. Young Maxie, who's doing a bit of work experience from Dungog High, has been sneaking down of an afternoon. I've been letting him go early. Don't tell he's a school teacher, but that's part of the work experience, I reckon. And getting some nice tailor. There's been some great silver trevally down at the breakwall. And obviously brim. Pete's been getting some absolute honker brim on baits, and also the Ludrick standing room only as usual. Find your rock. There's some old fellas there, I reckon, need some plaques on their rocks down there. But anyway, that's another story. So plenty of Ludrick down there as well. Same too with the breakwall at the anchorage as well. The incoming tide fishing a little bit better up that part of the bay because the water is dirty. But inside the bay fishing pretty well. Like I said, lots of good tailor around. I haven't seen these good tailor for quite some time, and it's probably due to the fresh water and plenty of bait. So definitely worth a shot throwing some metals, some little surface poppers or some plastics at some tailor inside the bay at the moment. The water in around Shoal Bay is not too bad. There's still been some squid at Shoal Bay off the wharf, still been some garies off the wharf, and of course some Ludrick off the wharf there too. Get there at first light, plenty of tailor, last light, plenty of tailor, you can spin those up. Same with walking around the bottom of Tomaree Headland, you can spin up some nice tailor through there at the moment. The longtails have been sighted in there on the incoming tide. So this weekend looks pretty good to get out there for a fish, like I said, backing off Sunday, so it'll allow you to get to the estuary and fish pretty good there. But lower half, I think, is going to fish a little bit better. There may be the chance of a mulloway. We're on the just past the new moon, so definitely worth a mulloway fish as well inside the bay. Now on the beaches and rocks, plenty of brim around the rocks at the moment in the washes. Drummer has started to come on. Plenty of salmon and tailor. I know most of the headlands like Boxy, Fingal, 1 Mile, Boat Harbour, all having tailor, salmon and the odd bonito at the moment. Still worth a spin off the rocks at the moment. There were longtails during the week off Tomaree, so still a chance of getting a longtail. Believe it or not, you can still probably, if the water's okay, find a longtail off the rocks at the moment. Like I said, a few drummers starting to hit the rocks at the moment too, with that swell getting up, dirtying the water up, and plenty of brim in the washes at the moment. Likewise, on the beaches, lots of brim on the beaches, a few salmon starting to show up as well, and some tailor. So, like I said, I think the beaches are going to fish pretty well this weekend with the offshore winds. I'd likely Fingal up towards the Spit, anywhere from the Surf Club to the Spit. Samurai would be worth a shot. I know it's changing a little bit, Samurai, with the gutters. There's usually 1 or 2 good gutters on Samurai. You could try the northern end of 1 Mile as well. And obviously Berube, it does cop a little bit of the westerly, but if you get further down the beach, it's not too bad at all. So that's what's happening on the beach and rock. Now, during the week, a few people got out offshore, plenty of snapper around at the moment, some really, really nice snapper in the shallows, and you expect that being winter. So some good snapper around at the moment, those guys throwing plastics doing pretty well. I think what you'll find is you'll get a good bite early in the shallows, then move a little bit further out in that 30-40 metre country if you want to continue catching the reds during the day. Still a few trag about, which is really good. I spoke to Ted, said there's still a few trag around on the reefs as well. In around the washes, in the islands, you can troll up some really good tail. Like I said, the headlands have been working really well. So if you want to go for a troll around the headlands, you will find some really good tailor. and salmon and bonito at the moment, that is for sure. The guys heading offshore, deep dropping, getting plenty of bar cod. There's been the longfin sea perch as well, so definitely worth a shot out there. I looked at the altimetry and the rip charts at the moment, seeing if there might have been an early season yellowfin, but it doesn't look the best with the altimetry and the currents at the moment, but it doesn't mean that they're not there. You can go and give it a crack, although this weekend probably going to be a little bit harder to get that far offshore, but next week looks really good, especially Tuesday. I feel a bit crook. There you go. We'll see how we go anyway. But that's about it for the fishing. It's been a little bit slow, obviously, with the weather, but it does look pretty good. So the long weekend, 3 days off if you're lucky enough. I'll be in here all weekend. So that means we are open all weekend for the long weekend. I'll be here from 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday and 8 a.m. Monday. So we've got plenty of fresh and brine baits in stock at the moment. Plenty of new stuff as well if you're keen. And you never know, you might score a bargain this weekend because we do have some really good stuff on sale this weekend. So pop in store, say g'day, and get out there for a fish this weekend, and we'll talk next week.